To begin her journey to England, Harriet would have come to the Hooghly River. There were no passenger ships between India and England at the time. Passengers had to travel alongside cargo on the East India Company's ships. The voyage was expensive. Harriet's grandmother would have had to pay many thousands of pounds in today's money to bring her to England.
She would travel further down the river
to find out about Harriet's journey, Olivia is meeting Dr. Sudeep Bhattacharya.
So, Olivia, we are lucky enough to have found a record of the ship that Harriet travelled on.
Oh, my God. Oh, wow, you've got passenger list.
Yes.
List of ship's company. Ah, James Fairfax, Esquire. Commander. Oh, I hope he's nice. There are a lot of people.
And over here, would you like to take a look at the list of children here?
Oh, this is amazing. OK, children. Miss Charlotte Softy, that's a sweet name. 6 years, 5 years. Harriet Slessor. Here it says 7 years old. I thought she was 3 or 4.
You know, these would be approximate ages, and they wouldn't have referred to any documents.
Oh, so they're just sort of guessing what the kids are.
But again, we have something very interesting. Children not accompanied by parents would be accompanied by servants.
Right.
Now, we don't know if Harriet is accompanied. There certainly isn't an attendant listed for her, as you can see.
She's on her own, really?
She's certainly on her own, and she's a child on her own.
Oh, but that's really sad. OK, so who's looking after her?
Probably some other lady who was accompanying her children would be requested to look after her, to care for her.
Surely someone would look out for her.
Yes,
Okay.
probably somebody.
Right. So hopefully, I'm hoping that someone takes her under their wing. I keep saying she's going home to England, but of course she's not. She's leaving her home.
She's not really going home to
Going
England,
to an alien country.
Yes, and imagine her all alone. I mean,
Yes, all right.
She's been taken out from Kishanganj, brought to Calcutta.
Yes.
It's a huge impact, and then there she is on the ship.
No mummy, no daddy on a ship.
Yeah.
And how long was the journey that she had to...
It would take about 6 months. So
6 months?
around 6 months.
Gosh,
all the way to Britain.
Oh, it's really sad, isn't it? Little girl. I've got quite little children, so I get very emotional about it.
But the good news is that she got there safely. As you can see, she disembarked at Longreach, just outside London, on the 20th of May.
So do we know where she went from there?
There's no more information in the shipping records.
OK.
That's all the information we have.
OK. All right. Thank you very much. Finding out about Harriet's journey was a shock. The thought of a tiny person going, and 6 months, hopefully other families took her under their wing. But I do feel like I'm finding out about this little person who did become... Without her, I wouldn't be here. I feel quite invested in finding out what happened to her next. And hopefully it's happy and good, or I'm leaving.
Olivia has come to meet Professor Rudranshu Mukherjee, who has more information about Harriet.
Hello.
Hello, welcome. I'm Rudranshu.
Hello, lovely to meet you, Olivia.
Come inside.
Thank you so much. This is lovely.
Yes, it is. It's a quaint hotel.
The last time I heard is that my great-great-great-grandmother Harriet landed in London in 1812, and I wanted to know what happened to her after that.
Well, this is the first mention we have of Harriet in England.
Ooh. This is the last will and testament of one Louisa Girardot. I give to my great-niece, Harriet Slessor, the granddaughter of my said sister, Harriet Elizabeth Slessor, and now residing with Miss Mills, Park Street, Bristol. She's gone to Bristol. The sum of £300.
A lot of money those days.
Yes.
£300.
Oh, I hope her luck is changing. So this is Harriet's grandmother's sister, her great-aunt.
Great-aunt, yes.
Louisa.
Is bequeathing £300
So she knew about
sterling.
her, so everyone knew about her. That's lovely.
Yes.
With Miss Mills. Who's that?
Miss Mills ran a boarding school in Bristol, and presumably Harriet was a pupil there.
OK. And how old is she here?
Well, this will is 1824, which makes Harriet 17, 18, something like that. But if you go on reading, there's an addition to the will 4 years later.
OK. I leave to Harriet Slessor, the granddaughter of my sister Slessor, £500 in addition to the £300 bequeathed to her by my will.
Yes.
I'm imagining now an enormous affection between these two.
The great aunt and the great niece.
800 quid. Do you know what that is in today's money?
It's about roughly £40,000.
40,000.
It actually makes her quite a rich girl.
Wow. Oh, her luck has changed. I'm so pleased.
Really, her luck has changed.
So she's about 21 now and now has her own money. And do we know what happened to her after that?
We do have some information of what she does with that money.
Okay.
A few years down the line.
OK, list of passengers. This is from the Calcutta Magazine and Monthly Register, 1832.
This is a list of passengers who have arrived by ship in Calcutta from England.
Oh.
So if you look at the ship Orient,
Ship Orient, Mrs. Caroline Valpy, Mrs. Jane Dixon, Georgiana Ricketts, Harriet Slessor. Well, that's exciting. So she's gone back to India.
yes, she comes back here to Calcutta. She's around 24, 25.
OK, this is a massive investment, isn't it, of her
It's
fortune to
wonderful.
come back? Yeah.
So there must be very strong reasons and motives.
Okay.
One possibility is she came back to seek her roots, as it were, where she came from, if she could find her mother. The other possibility is she seems to have been of mixed parentage, Anglo-Indian,
Right.
and she might be looking to find a suitable husband. And it's easier for her to find a husband in India because of her background than in England. Interesting tittle-tattle here is it was very common for English women in the late 18th, early 19th centuries to make this journey to look for a husband. In fact, the Calcutta slang for many of these ships coming into port was the fishing fleet. And those who went back without a husband were called returned empty.
Oh, no! That's...
So we don't know whether
Okay.
Harriet was
But there's quite a
fishing or
lot of
not
single-
fishing, or she was coming back for her roots.
I hope she has fun. And do you know if she has fun?
She has a lot of fun.
Does she? Yay!
She has a lot of fun.
Come on,
In fact,
Harriet.
this visit is a turning point in her life.
Oh, good.
And that's
You're my favourite so far.
Next document will reveal to you.
Oh, marriages. 1832. On this 3rd day of April, 1832, William Trigg Garrett, Lieutenant, Bachelor, and Harriet Slessor. Hang on. So who is William Trigg Garrett? I thought my great-great-great-grandfather was Charles Bassett.
This is Harriet's first husband.
Oh! And in
And
1832, she did that very quickly.
I think it'll be worth your while to look at the passenger list of the Orient once again.
Okay.
You read only after Harriet Slessor.
Oh. Harriet Slessor, Laura Dungan, Anne May, Charlotte Logie, Lieutenant W. Garrett. Oh! They met on the ship.
They met on ship.
Oh! And then they got married as soon as they got there.
Yeah. So she didn't return empty.
No, she really didn't.
So it was
She's the best
probably it
fisherman on
was
the
a
ship.
ship romance.
This is so exciting. And do we know what happened to them next?
Yes, we do.
Sacred to the memory of William Tigg Garrett, Lieutenant, Bengal Artillery. Oh, God. Who departed this life 25th of July, 1833, aged 29. Oh, after a year
she's
of marriage.
back to her lonely self again.
Oh, poor Harriet. Seems like everybody dies. So now she's a young woman, mid-20s. What was it like for a young British widow in India?
Well, the life of a widow in 19th century India, even for an English widow, couldn't have been easy. This was not the place for single
a
women.
woman on your own.
Yeah, on your own.
Right. Gosh. But that was amazing. To find out that Harriet came back to India, the country she was born in, hopefully it shows that she did, in some way, hold it dear. That there's some warm place where it started out happy and maybe it'll be that again. And then this, again, this rollercoaster thing. She falls in love, and within a year, her beloved is dead. It just really highlights what a sort of pretty rough hand she's been dealt. She seems to have spent her life on her own from the age of 3 or 4. The thought that she's now alone in this country and only in her mid-20s, I think pretty daunting. I can't imagine